Scene script. Have you ever wondered how young men have shaped the course of history? It's a question that might not often cross your mind, but when you delve into the annals of time, you'll find that the fingerprints of youth are indelibly etched into the fabric of our past. Consider this. The world as we know it today has been molded and shaped by individuals who, in their youth, dared to dream, dared to challenge, and dared to take a stand. Often the energy of young men has been the catalyst for change, the spark that ignited the flame of revolution, the force that toppled empires. Take a moment to think about the French Revolution, a seismic event that altered the face of Europe and sent shockwaves across the world. This wasn't a movement driven by the old and the weary, but by the young and the restless. Young men with their hearts ablaze and minds afire took to the streets demanding a world free from the shackles of monarchy, a world where the voice of the people would be heard. Or, let's journey across the Atlantic to the birth of the United States. The fight for independence was not led by grizzled veterans, but by young men who believed in the power of ideas, the strength of conviction, and the promise of a nation built on the principles of freedom and equality. They were willing to risk everything for the sake of a dream, a vision of a future that was worth fighting for. These historical episodes tell us one thing. Young men have an incredible capacity for courage, for resilience, for change. They are brimming with energy, filled with passion, and armed with a willingness to question, to challenge, to disrupt. Their hearts beat with the rhythm of rebellion, their minds echo with the call for change. And it's not just about revolutions and uprisings. Young men have also been pivotal in scientific breakthroughs, technological advancements, and cultural shifts. Their contributions have been invaluable, their impact undeniable. Young men have, time and again, proven to be the driving force behind major shifts in our world. Their power is immense, their potential limitless. They have the power to shape the world, to shape history. And they always have. Picture this: France, late 18th century, a nation on the brink of a revolution. A time of turmoil, but also a time of hope. The heart of this upheaval? A youthful generation, their hearts beating with a passion for change. These were not just any young men. They were the sons of France, the future of their nation, and they were about to challenge an age-old monarchy. In the face of oppression and injustice, they did not cower. Instead, they let their voices echo in the streets of Paris, their chants becoming the anthem of a revolution. Their courage was not born out of recklessness, but from a deep-seated desire for freedom. They were driven by a vision of a society where everyone, regardless of their birth or status, could live with dignity and respect. Their passion was fueled by an idea, a concept so powerful it would eventually topple a monarchy and forever change the course of history. This idea was the belief in liberty, equality, and fraternity. These were not just words to them, but principles they were willing to fight and even die for. And fight they did. They took to the streets, armed not just with weapons, but with a conviction that was stronger than any sword or musket. They faced off against an army, against a king, against a system that had been in place for centuries. And they stood their ground. Despite the odds, these young men did not falter. They fought with a fervor that only comes when one believes in their cause with every fiber of their being. Their resolve was tested, their spirits were battered, but they did not break. They knew that the path to change was paved with sacrifice, and they were willing to pay the price, and pay the price they did. Many lost their lives, their sacrifice becoming the fuel that kept the flames of revolution burning. Their names may not be remembered, but their actions, their courage, their sacrifice became the foundation upon which a new France was built. These young revolutionaries, these sons of France, were not just fighters. They were thinkers, philosophers, idealists. They believed in a future where everyone was equal, where everyone was free, where everyone was a brother. This vision, this dream, was what drove them, what pushed them to challenge the status quo, to fight against seemingly insurmountable odds. Their actions were not without consequence. Their uprising led to a period of chaos, of uncertainty. But out of this chaos, a new order emerged, an order based on the principles they had fought for. An order that valued the rights and freedoms of its citizens, an order that was a testament to their courage, their sacrifice, their vision. And so the young men of France, fueled by a desire for justice, had ignited a revolution that would shake the world. Across the ocean, a similar story of youthful courage and determination was unfolding. In the late 18th century, a group of young men, brimming with courage and the thirst for liberty, were preparing to shape the destiny of an entire nation. These were the young men of America who were about to embark on a revolutionary journey that would change the course of history. The American Revolution was not merely a political uprising, it was a battle for the heart and soul of a nation, a struggle for freedom and justice. And at the forefront of this battle were young men, many barely out of their teenage years, who were ready to risk everything for the cause they believed in. These young men were not born warriors, they were farmers, blacksmiths, and scholars. But when their rights were trampled upon, when their pleas for justice fell on deaf ears, they did not bow down. They stood up, they fought back. Imagine the sheer audacity of these young men. They were up against one of the most powerful empires of the time, the British Empire, yet they did not let fear deter them. They had a vision of a free and independent America, and they were willing to shed their blood to make this vision a reality. They fought in the biting cold of winter, in the sweltering heat of summer, with scarce resources and against overwhelming odds. But they fought with a resolve that was unbreakable, with a spirit that was indomitable. They fought not for personal glory but for a cause greater than themselves, the cause of freedom. And their struggle was not in vain. The young men of America, through their unyielding determination and unwavering bravery, won their independence from the British Empire. They gave birth to a new nation, the United States of America, a beacon of liberty and democracy. But their contributions did not end there. They went on to shape the Constitution of the United States, establishing a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. They laid the groundwork for a nation that values freedom, justice, and equality above all else. The young men of the American Revolution were not extraordinary beings. They were ordinary men who rose to the occasion and did extraordinary things. They were driven by their ideals, guided by their principles, and fueled by their passion for freedom. Their story is not just a chapter in a history book, it is a testament to the power of youth, the strength of conviction, and the indomitable spirit of humanity. It is a reminder that no force on earth can suppress the will of the people when they stand united for a just cause. So let us remember these young men, their courage, their sacrifice, and their legacy. Let us draw inspiration from their story, and let it infuse us with the courage to stand up for what we believe in and the determination to fight for our rights. The young men of America, through their determination and bravery, won their independence and shaped a nation. Now imagine what power you hold within you. Every young man is a powerhouse of potential. You, my friend, are no exception. Within you lies a wealth of strength, a wealth of courage, and a wealth of determination. These are not simply traits, they are tools. Tools that can be honed, sharpened, and wielded to create ripples of change. Think about it. The world as we know it has been shaped by the hands of those who dared to harness their potential. The strength of their resolve, the courage of their convictions, the clarity of their vision. These were the driving forces behind the revolutions, the uprisings, the battles for independence we so often laud in our history books. Now it's your turn. Self-determination is not just a concept, it's a call to action. It's a call to take control of your destiny, to decide who you are, what you stand for, and where you're headed. It's about being the master of your own fate, the captain of your own ship. Courage, on the other hand, is about facing the unknown, embracing the uncertain, and daring to tread where others have not. It's about standing up when it's easier to stay down, speaking out when it's safer to stay silent. And a clear vision? That's the compass that guides your journey. It's the beacon that lights your path. It's the anchor that keeps you grounded when the winds of change blow. Harnessing your potential is about taking these tools, self-determination, courage, and a clear vision, and using them to make a difference. A difference in your life, in the lives of those around you, and ultimately, in the world. So, take a moment, take a deep breath, and take a long, hard look at the power you hold within. Understand it, respect it, and most importantly, use it. Use it to rise, to grow, to evolve. Use it to challenge the status quo, to break the chains of conformity, to shatter the glass ceilings that society has set. Remember, within you lies the power to change the world. But how do you tap into this power, you may ask? The answer lies in one simple yet profound concept: taking control of your own life. It's about owning your decisions, your emotions, and your future. It's about recognizing that you are the author of your own story. Taking control is not about dismissing emotions, but about understanding them. It's about harnessing the energy they bring and using it to fuel your journey. Emotional intelligence is not a weakness. It is a strength. It is the ability to recognize your feelings, understand why they are there, and decide how you will respond to them. Resilience is another key aspect of taking control. It is the ability to bounce back from challenges, to keep going when the going gets tough. It is the tenacity to face adversity head-on and to keep pushing forward no matter what. Life will throw curveballs at you, but resilience is your bat, ready to swing and hit those curveballs right out of the park. And let's not forget about logic. Taking control requires you to think critically, to analyze situations, and to make decisions based on reason and understanding. It's about being rational, being level-headed, and not letting your emotions cloud your judgment. Remember, every decision you make, every action you take shapes your future. You can choose to let life happen to you, or you can choose to take control and make life happen for you. And when you take control, you become a beacon of hope for those around you. You become an inspiration to your family, to your friends, and to your community. You show them that they too can take control of their lives, that they too can overcome challenges, and that they too can write their own stories. Taking control of your life requires courage, but remember, it is within your reach. It's not about being fearless, but about having the courage to face your fears. It's about standing tall, even when the odds are stacked against you. So take a deep breath, take that first step, and take control. You've got this. Now the question is, what will you do with this power? Imagine for a moment a world where every young man realizes their potential, understands their power, and uses it to create a positive ripple effect. You see, every one of you holds within a spark, a potential for greatness that is waiting to be ignited. You are not just a product of your circumstances, but rather the master of your fate, the captain of your soul. But harnessing your power isn't merely about physical strength or dominance. It's about emotional intelligence, resilience, and the courage to stand up for what you believe in, even when the odds are stacked against you. It's about striving for self-improvement, not just for yourself but for those around you. It's about being a beacon of hope, a source of inspiration, an agent of change. Take a moment to reflect on the challenges you've faced, the obstacles you've overcome, the battles you've fought. Every struggle, every setback has served a purpose, to shape you, to mold you into the person you are today. But remember, your journey doesn't end here. It's a constant process of learning, growing, and evolving. Striving for self-improvement isn't a one-time event, it's a lifelong commitment. It's about pushing your boundaries, expanding your horizons, and stepping out of your comfort zone. It's about embracing failure, not as a setback, but as a stepping stone to success. It's about learning from your mistakes, dusting off the dirt, and rising stronger than before. Moreover, it's about making a difference, not just in your life, but in the lives of those around you. It's about using your power to uplift others, to inspire change, to create a ripple effect of positivity. Remember, the smallest act of kindness can make a world of difference. So, don't underestimate the power of your actions, no matter how small they may seem. Now more than ever, we need young men like you to step up, to take a stand, to be the change. We need you to use your power, not for dominance, but for compassion. Not for destruction, but for creation. Not for division, but for unity. So I implore you, don't just sit on the sidelines, take up the mantle of leadership. Rise above the noise, the chaos, the confusion. Use your voice, your actions, your power to create a better world, a world that is fair, just, and inclusive. It is your time to stand up and think for yourself, to overcome the matrix, to show who you really are, not what the matrix is making you to be. It is time to be the you that will define the rest of your legacy. We at Woke Detour take a stand against the matrix. Use your power to change the world, one act, one word, one moment at a time. Don't let this power go to waste. Harness it, channel it, use it to make a difference. The power is in your hands. Use it wisely. Be the change you wish to see in the world. If you're with us, please remember to like, share, and subscribe.